Hey yo, what's up my little coders? Let me show you in this tutorial how to solve the Leetcode question number 1496, pass crossing. Basically, we are given an input string, which is called pass. This input string can consist of 4 different characters, and each of these 4 different characters represents 1 unit of movement. Character N represents like north, so you're going like 1 point upwards. S is like south, E is east, W is west. Here, like an example is the picture. For example, that's the input string, right? So the first character is N, and you're starting at point like 0, 0. So first character is N. So first of all, you're going like 1 unit upwards. Then like east, you're going to the right. South, you're going down. This is basically your movements. And we need to return the boolean. And this boolean should describe if like the path crosses itself at any point. So if it crosses, you return true. Here it doesn't cross anywhere, so you return false. However, in this example, for this input string, so like north, east, south, west, west, so it crosses like at the origin, and that's why you return true. This is basically what we need to do, guys. Okay, how can we solve this problem? Let's think a bit about what it means like for the path to cross itself at any point. It means that like we'll visit like the same point twice. For example, here we started at point 0, 0. After that we did our journey and we appeared at point 0, 0 again. So the path has crossed. It means that if you store like in some data structure which points you already have visited, so at which points have you been, and then like you iterate through the string, and like every time on a new character you check if you already have visited this point before. If you did, it just basically return true straight away. It means that the path crosses. If you iterate through the whole string and you see that, okay, you didn't appear at the same point twice and you reach the end of the string, it means, okay, the path doesn't cross itself, so you return false. I will show you 2 approaches how to solve this problem. First of all, I will show you like the proper approach. It's a bit more complicated compared to the second approach, because the second approach will be like a bit more easier, but it also will be like basically a hacky way to solve this problem, but it also will give us a good result. Okay, let me first of all start with the first approach. I just quickly will write the code now, and then we'll go through it with you in a few seconds. Just stay with me. Okay, so what do we have here, guys? We created the hash map, right? Where the key of the hash map will represent basically the x value. And the value of the hash map will be another hash set. This is because, okay, if you have like one unique x value, right? Let's say 0. For this like x is equal to 0, you might have like y is equal to 0, y is equal to 1, 2, 3, like, and to any other number. So basically this hash map will allow us to store all the x and y's, all the points which we have visited. Then like we need two variables to update our position while we're iterating through the input string, so x and y. Then we put our first value inside the hash map. So this first value will be like the origin point at which we start, so 0, 0. That's why we put like the 0, which will represent the x. We create a new hash set, so we put like the first value inside the hash map with the x value and the empty hash set, but after that, like on the next line, we'll take this like empty hash set and we'll add like the first value to this hash set. So we'll store like the first origin point 0, 0. This is what we are doing here. Then we'll iterate through the input string, character by character. We will take this character out, so the current character. Then we will check, okay, which character from the 4 possible characters we are considering at the moment. So if this character, if the current character is equal to the letter N, which will represent that it's like the north, we'll increment our I value because we will go like 1 point like upwards. If this character is equal to S, which represents that it's like a south, in this case we'll decrement the Y character because we'll go like 1 point down. If it's like E, which represents like east, we'll increment our X because we'll go like to the right side. If it's W, which is like west, we'll decrement our X. And yeah, so we'll update our X and Y's. After that, we'll see, okay, after we updated X and Y's, so after we updated like the current point at which we are at the moment, we will see if we already have the value X inside our hash map. And if we do have it, we will also check if for this x value we have the y value as well. So we'll check if we have visited exactly the same point already somewhere before. If we did, we'll return true straight away, because there's no point to iterate through the rest of the string, because we already know that the pass crosses itself at this current point, and we represent the current point with the x and y. So if it does, we just return true straight away. Okay, what we do if it doesn't? If it's just another point, which maybe doesn't cross, or maybe it will cross later once we'll iterate through the rest of the string. So there are another two conditions. Else if map contains character x. So if the map contains the character x, and we already know, because before that we had another if statement, we know that okay, if the map contains the character x, this map doesn't contain the character y as well. So in this case we know that it's not there, and in this case we basically add this character y to our hash map. And then there might be a third option if we see this x value for the first time. So that's the else statement, else condition. In this case, yes, we need to put the x inside the hash map. Then we will need to create a new empty hash set, and after that we'll update this empty hash set, and we'll add this y value as well to the hash set, and we'll update the hash map. This is basically what we do, guys. I think it's quite clear. Hope it makes sense. So and then yeah, if we iterated through the whole string and we basically didn't return this true, so we didn't go inside this if statement, if that's the case, in the end we'll return true, which will mean that okay, the pass, it doesn't cross. Okay guys, let me run the code now. Cool, it works. Let me submit. Cool, perfect guys, 100%, 0 milliseconds. So this was the proper solution. Now, as I just mentioned in the beginning of the video, I will show you the second way how to solve this problem. And it will be quite similar. However, this is quite a complex structure. So hash map, where the value is the hash set, it's okay, but let me just simplify it. Okay, I can remove these lines. Actually, no, I will need x and y's. So I can probably remove these things, the rest. Okay, remove these ones. Yeah, and now let me just quickly update the code. So for the second approach, instead of using this complex hash map where the values is a hash set, and quite a lot of stuff is going on there, so we'll use just a simple hash set instead. So, and this hash set will store the strings. And yeah, same for the hash map. To check if the value exists inside the hash set is 0, 1 time complexity, which is as efficient as could. So x and y's, they stay as they are, and then okay, we'll represent the points as a string, right? So we'll add our first origin point 0, 0. This will be the x value, this will be the y value, and we need to put a delimiter. Why we need to put a delimiter? Because, for example, imagine if x would be equal to 11 and y will be equal to 1. You would have the string like that, and based on this string you don't know if it's if x is equal to 1 and y to 11, or if x is equal to 11 and y to 1. So you need to put a delimiter. You can put any character you want. I don't know. You can even maybe write I don't know, anything you want, literally. You can even put a sausage as a delimiter. It doesn't really matter. But if you put a sausage, just let's update it here as well. So you put the first x and y, 0.00, then we'll iterate through the string. We'll do exactly the same checks as we did for the first approach. So to update our y and x values, to keep track at what point we are at the moment. Then we will basically create the string builder to represent this the current point as a string. To do the similar thing as we did for the point 0, 0. We are using the string builder for that, so we will append 3 strings, the value x, then we'll append our delimiter, whatever you choose to be your delimiter. Just don't choose the delimiter to be an integer, because in this case, it will not work. I mean, it might work for the test cases which they are on a Leetcode, but in general, it's not a solution because it might break for some other test cases. And then like we also append why in the end. I have a whole video on my channel about the string builders and like why and when to use the string builders, what are their benefits, why they're efficient, and why, for example, the concatenation with the string, and why like the concatenations using the plus operand in Java are not efficient compared to the string builder. Of course, it depends on the situation, but basically, if you're interested in all this stuff, I will attach a link in the description below, and you can check out this video if you're interested. If you know this already, that's fine. So yeah, basically we append like these three parts of the string, and then we check if the hash set contains like the string which we just have created. And if it does, we return true. If it doesn't, we basically add this string to the hash set, and we will iterate further, and we'll consider the next characters after the current one. And then if in the end we didn't return true, we return false, like simply as that. It's like very similar solution compared to the first approach which I showed you, but just a bit hackier way, a bit easier to understand, I guess. And yeah, let's see if it works. And it does. Let me submit, guys. Oh, 91%, 1 millisecond. I think it's quite good as well. Yeah, I think that's it for this video. Write in a comment section which approach you like the most. Guys, if you enjoyed this tutorial, please guys, give it a like and subscribe. Challenge your friends to see if they can solve this question or not. And I will see you in the next video, guys. Good luck.